I didn't start taking photos because I wanted to become famous. I did it because I wanted to express how I see the world, to convey a unique perspective that no one else can see. Something inside me needed to exist outside of me. Not as a post, not as content, just as art. Somewhere along the way that changed. Without noticing it, I stopped asking myself, is this honest or is this me? And started asking, will this perform? Social media promised freedom. It told artists you don't need gatekeepers, you don't need galleries, labels, publishers. All you need is consistency, a phone, and the courage to share. And at first that felt empowering and even worked. I found people who shared my interest in photography on Instagram. They inspired me, I inspired them. Back then the algorithm wasn't a thing. You posted something and your friends and followers actually saw it. It was finally a place where anyone could show their work, where art could travel faster than permission. But freedom slowly turned into something else for me. On social media, art is not art first anymore. It's content first. It needs a hook, it needs to be easy to digest, it needs to fit into 15, 30 or 60 seconds. It needs a specific format, mostly for phones and tired brains.
Good morning, darling. I see you falling in and out of love. Is it because you're cold and heartless?
Photographers, I want to see more photography on Instagram. Follow me and I'll follow you, and comment the type of photography you do.
There's no room for silence, no room for confusion, no room for work that takes time to understand. Or even for art you might not understand, but that lets you simply feel something. So we adapt. We simplify our ideas, we repeat what already worked, same locations, same poses, same concept, and so on. We flatten ourselves into a recognizable style because the algorithm likes consistency. And suddenly the question isn't, what do I want to say, but what does the algorithm reward? Numbers become louder than intuition, likes start to feel like validation, low reach feels like rejection.
Alright, so this is a photo that I had taken from my trip last summer. I had shot this on Kodak Gold 400, which is one of my favorite film stocks.
And even when nobody explicitly tells you to change your art, you do it anyway. Or you leave the platform. That's what I did. I never stopped taking pictures and creating art, but I stopped sharing it. Leaving felt like relief. No metrics, no expectations, no constant comparison. For the first time in a long while, the work was just the work again. But there was a cost. When I left the platform, I didn't just leave the pressure behind. I also left the place where my work existed publicly. Suddenly there was no feed, no archive people could find, no simple way to say, this is what I make. I had protected my art, but I had also removed its voice. This is the dilemma. Stay and your work gets distorted or makes you feel bad about yourself. Leave and your work disappears. Anyway, I now had plenty of time to think about. Real art needs things social media hates. It needs boredom, it needs failure. It needs time without feedback and time with honest feedback. It needs moments where nothing happens, where you don't know if it will ever be good, where the process matters more than the result. Algorithms don't understand that. They don't care about artistic development, only engagement. Art is allowed to be slow. Social media isn't. So no, social media doesn't suck because it's evil. It sucks because it trains artists to betray themselves. Until your art fits, but doesn't feel like you anymore. Until you can't tell if you are creating or just feeding a machine with the right fuel. But no feedback at all sucks as well, right? Maybe the solution isn't quitting social media completely. Maybe it's remembering that it's a tool, not a judge. Maybe disappearing for a while isn't failure. Maybe it's necessary. And maybe it also means it's worth spending some time exploring other ways to present your work, like zines, books, galleries, and so on. Yes, maybe that means more effort, but isn't it worth it? Your art doesn't owe the internet anything. It doesn't need to be viral. It doesn't need to be understood immediately. It doesn't need to perform. Try to be honest with yourself though. And maybe that's enough. And maybe that's not a message for you. It's for myself.